The kingdom of Goria was in a state of utter despair, ravaged by the unnecessary wars and relentless policies imposed by its ruler, King Martin Gilliard II. Under his tyrannical rule, Goria had transformed into a hellish realm, where people were willing to sacrifice their own kin for survival. The king's self-reliance policy had inflicted excruciating hardships on his subjects, severing the vital aid they received from neighboring prospering states. This led to widespread poverty, violence, and unrest. As the saying goes, hunger and the drive to survive can drive a person to do the unthinkable, even reduce their own country to ashes. The enraged masses, fueled by their suffering, marched towards the king's palace with flaming torches, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. They dragged the king down from his throne as his family and ministers watched in horror, and hauled him to the execution chamber adjacent to the royal court. This was the very same chamber where the king had callously witnessed the screams and wails of countless innocent men and women who met their demise under the brutal guillotine. The guillotine, once an instrument of terror, was now poised to bring an end to the king's reign of terror. The people, mirroring the king's ruthlessness, showed no mercy as they dragged him to the execution ground. The king, much like his countless victims, begged for clemency, wailing and screaming as he was forced towards the guillotine. Only now, as the blades of death loomed over him, did the king recall the concept of mercy. The crowd, fueled by their desire for justice, chanted in unison for the blade to be dropped. And so, with an air of inevitability, the blade descended, bringing an end to the king's reign of terror. The book of King Martin Gilliard II was closed, sealed by the very people he had once ruled with an iron fist. However, the execution of King Martin had an unforeseen consequence.